family turn on family. That's when kings fall. When you kill a nigga, make sure he dead. Before you can figure out where you going, gotta look back at where you been. There's things that happen that seem like they didn't mean nothing at the time. But then you realize they mean everything.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. As you can see, we're diving back into Raising Kanan. I already made a full video talking about and breaking down the possible death of Marvin and also Jukebox, her first kill, her finally getting into the game. You go check out that video if you're interested. But in this one, we're diving into Unique once again, and you guys know the talk of the town. Unique is Breeze. Everyone is seeing it, everyone is thinking it at this point with him returning at the end of season 3. So for this video, I'm gonna break down every single piece of information we have about Breeze over the course of the entire Power series, as well as talk about clues, hints, and details behind the scenes things we saw about Raising Kanan that possibly could lead to Unique actually being Breeze and why it makes sense. So without further ado, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below, because I know a lot of people agree, a lot of people don't, so I'll be looking at that. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Now for this section, we're gonna strictly be focusing on all the information we actually know for a fact about Breeze, all the statements made. I'm gonna be playing clips of everything that was said about him in the original Power. Now first off, you've seen the clip I played at the beginning of the video. The first thing we learned about Breeze in the very first episode is that Ghost and Tommy, of course, came up working under him.
The hustling, all the work, from working the corner for Breeze and Kanan.
So that's the first information we got about him, and then it just grew and built from there to the point where Breeze became the biggest question mark in Power Universe history. We then go on to learn that Breeze is actually one that gave Ghost his nickname. Say he had the ability to appear and disappear and no one could see him coming.
We knew this guy Breeze when we were kids. He came up with Ghost. Said the kid had the ability to disappear.
We learned that that was how he got the moniker Ghost. That's how he got that alias. And then, of course, the biggest information we, of course, know about Breeze as well is that Ghost and Tommy took him out.
You raised Roller. You wrote the blueprint for his moves, man. Why wouldn't you want to take out the boss? It's the same shit you did to Breeze.
Now, I know a lot of people mainly focus on that it was Ghost who did it because I just played a clip of Kanan saying it, that it's the same shit Ghost did with Breeze. But even Tommy in another clip said they both stood there and put a bullet in his head, and he both did it to obtain the top spot.
Why would Roller do it?
Same reason two former corner boys looked Breeze in the face and shot him in the fucking head. When you want that top spot, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
So Breeze has been this big mystery because he's supposed to be one of Ghost's first kills, and you obviously know this really impacted him. This character is brought up a lot, and we've seen how emotional he was when Tariq asked him about Breeze to tell him the truth, tell him the story, and he was talking about how he gave Breeze one more chance and it just didn't work out.
I loved Breeze. He got in my way, son, okay? So I had to get rid of him. I gave Breeze one more chance. I asked him to change his mind. He didn't.
Now that's pretty much all the major details we know about Breeze. We know a few other bits or pieces of the information. He stuck to the same schedule. That's how they call him slipping. He used to like watching Jeopardy and shit like that. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking at this point, what does any of this shit have to do with Unique? And that's where a lot of the behind the scenes come in at. First, we got the leaked picture and screenshot of them showing Unique, his makeup in black and white. And I was one of the first people to talk about how Unique was alive because we also received a leaked picture showing him coming out of Kanan's and Famous's apartment. I literally had went back through every single season and episode. Him and Kanan have never interacted with each other up to this point, so I initially thought this picture was going to be something that takes place in episode 10, and him and Kanan had planned together to take out Ronnie because it leaked around that time. But of course we know that that didn't end up happening in episode 10. So now it seems like this is being filmed for season 4, and obviously Breeze and Kanan both together were over Ghost and Tommy. So if this is how they start working with one another, this actually makes a lot of sense. And a lot of people pointed out in the picture as well, the person next to him with the red jacket, it's seeming likely that that person is of course Crystal, who we know Kanan has been sleeping with the entirety of season 3, who told him she was pregnant. We don't know how that's gonna work out because that's obviously not Sean's mom, but we seen her with that jacket on before and everything like that. So it's looking very likely that Kanan and Unique are gonna have multiple interactions come next season. Another thing we received for the people who are like, oh, Unique is nothing like they describe Breeze as, we got a quote from Joey Badass himself on what to expect in the upcoming season, and he said the Unique that fans know is dead. He's not the same in his head. In his mind, he's different. So once again, this adds up and could line up with everything we've heard about Breeze in the past, and he won't have that same personality trait we know of him, the flashy, smooth, confident side of him. As we can see, he pulled up in an all black. He's on straight business, as we can see in the teaser trailer. We're gonna get into that later in the video though.
Another thing to point out is, do you guys remember when Ghost and Kanan got into that fight? Ghost ended up winning, set the building on fire, and left Kanan, but Kanan of course ended up escaping. After this took place and Kanan went and lived with Jukebox, he came back and took the name or the moniker, the alias Slim. Now of course people are gonna say this was just to get closer to Reek without letting him know who he was and everything like that. This also could possibly be something he learns from Unique, or aka soon to be Breeze. If Unique does turn out to be Breeze in the long run, Kanan taking his moniker Slim, coming back from the quote-unquote dead and doing something like this could be something he was taught, he learned, or remembered from Unique in the past.
And that leads me into my last thoughts about this. If he isn't Breeze, why bring him back? Because obviously Ronnie is the one who believed that killed him, but Ronnie is now dead. He really don't have no relations with anyone else. I guess Rock, because they were sleeping together, but nothing of significance to really bring him back at this point if he wasn't Breeze. Now what we do see so far of him in the new teaser trailer that we got, it's not even new at this point, like 2 months ago, is one, we see the scene of him showing up at the warehouse once again where Ronnie and Detective Howard got killed. Now I'm thinking with this that maybe we do see some flashbacks of where he's been, how he's been recovering since he's been missing, since he's been gone, since Ronnie beat the shit out of him, and maybe we get some answers. And the second clip we get of him in the teaser is him pulling up, getting into a shootout. Well, I wouldn't even call it a shootout. It looked like he just taking motherfuckers out himself, going all Rambo and shit. And it's hard to even speculate who this person could be, because once again, I don't see anyone he would necessarily have problems with, especially not Rock. Like I said, they were sleeping together, they were even working with each other, and like I feel like if he wanted to take them out or target them when he followed them to where Ronnie and Howard died, he really could have did it there. So it does seem like he's gonna be working from the shadows, maybe build his own empire up again, but no one knows it's him that's alive. I don't know, it's a lot of questions, and I think this is why they need to do the flashbacks, especially if his character is not going to be the same. Like Joey Badass said, less dialogue, less of him talking in general. It's still a lot of questions that we have to wait to be answered. I'm hoping a new trailer soon reveals more information. Overall though, that's it for this video. You guys can leave your thoughts and opinions on everything down below. If you think Unique is Breeze, give me your theory of where he's been, his new attitude, how he's gonna be, his personality and everything going forward. If not, I would like to hear you guys' theories of why do you think he is back then, because I really am struggling to come up with any reason. He doesn't have no enemy. Once again, like I said, Ronnie is gone. Everyone thinks he's dead. He could just leave the game. I really don't see no reason for him to bring him back unless he was a pivotal piece of the story going forward. He was a fan favorite character, so it makes sense they wanted to keep him around for the long run, and I think this will be possibly one of the best ways to do it. Also because, like I mentioned in one of the clips earlier, with Ghost, one of his biggest and most impactful kill is gonna be Breeze. Having that scene be with Joey Badass or a character like Unique that everyone loves, that shit just gonna hit way harder. But you guys let me know what you think. As usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.